Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you are with me here today. Today I'm going to be talking about the skincare that I brought with me to the desert. So I was just at the Indian Wells tennis tournament. For those of you who are not familiar with tennis, this is a pretty major tennis tournament, professional tennis tournament that my husband and I went to. We were there for almost an entire week, and this tournament is held in Palm Springs. So it is in the desert, so obviously it is quite dry there. And while I was there, my skin on my body got very, very dry and did not do well. But the skin on my face did very, very well. So I thought that I would tell you what I brought with me on my trip in order for you all to know what skincare did such a good job at keeping my skin hydrated and moisturized. I also wanted to let you know a little bit about the tournament because it was so much fun. If you are a tennis fan, I highly recommend going to this tournament. And even if you are just peripherally a tennis fan, I highly recommend going to this tournament because it is just amazing. You are able to go see the tennis players playing on the practice courts. So even if you don't go to an official match, you can see the players on the practice courts. So you get to see them playing against each other just in a practice setting. So you get to see them up close and personal. So we got to see Coco Gauff practicing. We got to see Sabalenka practicing. I got to see one of my most favorite players practice up close and personal, and that is Lorenzo Musetti. I even got a picture with him that I will show you here. We got to see Djokovic being coached by Andy Murray. Now, I'm not a big fan of Djokovic, but I love Andy Murray, so it was really cool seeing him being coached on court by Andy Murray. It truly was overwhelming, the amount of players that we got to see. We got to see some amazing matches. So just suffice to say, it was an incredible week of tennis. But like I said, it was a very dry climate. And of course, we were out in the sun all day long. So the skin on my body got very, very dry, and I was not prepared for that. I don't know why. I mean, obviously I had sunscreen on my skin, so I think that contributed to the fact that my body got really, really dry, and I didn't bring anything special for body care, which was my bad. And even though we've been home for several days, my skin still is feeling very, very dry, but I did come prepared with skincare. So let's go ahead and start talking about what I did bring. So for cleansers, I brought the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser, and this is the foaming cleanser that I brought with me. I always like to have a foaming cleanser on hand, especially a gentle one like the Soy Face Cleanser that Fresh makes, because I do like that feeling of being able to really wash everything off my face if I've been out all day long in the sun, sweating, having SPF on, maybe having a little bit of eye makeup on, like mascara and some eyeliner. So this is the one I like to travel with because I took this on my trip to Japan, and the scent of it just really reminds me of that trip. So I have just really come to love this particular cleanser for travel. I love the travel size of this tube. It is super easy to travel with. So while I do not use this on a day-to-day basis when I am at home, I have just come to love this for travel. So this is my travel foaming cleanser. And then I typically also like to bring an oil cleanser as well when I travel. So I brought the Pi Lightwork Oil Cleanser. This is an emulsifying oil cleanser. And this one I just like okay. I don't love it. This is not an oil cleanser that I would use at home on a day-to-day basis. This isn't something I would buy in the future. I'm not even sure how I got this travel size, if it was a gift with purchase. I really can't remember. But the reason why I don't really love this cleanser so much is because it actually rinses off a little bit too cleanly for my liking. As I've mentioned many times before in past videos, when it comes to oil cleansers, I really like thick, plushy oil cleansers that give you a medium for a really nice massage, which this one is okay. It's not the most amazing in terms of providing a good massage, just a little bit on the thin side for me. But the reason why I really don't like it is because, like I mentioned, it rinses off a little bit too cleanly for me. I really like it when oil cleansers leave a little bit of that residue on your face so that you feel the nourishment on your skin after you've rinsed it off. This one, again, I keep repeating myself, it it rinses off a little bit too cleanly. Now, I'm not gonna say it leaves your skin with that squeaky clean feeling, but it just rinses off a little too cleanly for me. And there's just other oil cleansers that I prefer to use, such as the Live Botanical Nourishing Oil Cleanser. And for those of you who love travel sizes like I do, Live Botanical makes travel sizes of all of their products. But in terms of how my skin did in a dry climate, I don't think they were big contributors in helping my skin do really well in the dry climate, but I also don't think they dried my skin out either. Now, the mist that I chose to bring on this trip is the Damn Paradisi Hydrating Essence. And as you can see, this is a travel size as well. And I'm pretty sure I got this travel size of this essence when I placed a Damn Tokyo order, because I absolutely love their mochi cream. That is one of my absolute favorite moisturizers. If you've never tried it, you must. It is absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, back to this mist. This is really lovely. This has phytic acid in it. This is a new ingredient to me. Apparently, this is a mild AHA derived from grain, and the phytic acid in here is derived from Japanese rice. There's also glycerin in here, coconut oil, as well as rose flower oil. So I really do feel like this mist did a really nice job in hydrating my skin. The only downside to this mist is it did sting my eyes a little bit. So what I did, instead of spraying this directly onto my face, is I just sprayed it into my hand and then pat it onto my face. And the scent is really lovely. It's just a very light rose scent. I really do feel like this helped hydrate my skin very nicely and prepared my skin for the serum that is going to come next, and that is the InnBeauty Green Machine. Now, I have spoken about this many times on my channel. I really, really love this vitamin C serum, and this has THD in it. That's tetrahexyldecyl ascorbate. It also has tranexamic acid in it, and that helps decrease hyperpigmentation as well as preventing dark spots from occurring. It also has niacinamide in it as well as azelaic acid, and for those of you who have frequented my channel, you know that azelaic acid is one of my absolute favorite ingredients in skincare. It also has aloe leaf juice, so of course that's going to be a good humectant. It's also got glycerin, another great humectant, as well as lactic acid, which is also an AHA that's going to help hydrate the skin, as well as being a very gentle exfoliant. This also has hemp and moringa seed oil. So all in all, it's an incredible serum, and it's got this really lovely green color. And it's just got this nice kind of liquidy gel texture that sinks into the skin very quickly. It is not tacky, it's not sticky, and it just allows for whatever you're going to put on top of it to just soak in really easily. I really do feel like this helped contribute to keeping my skin hydrated and moisturized because, like I said, it has that combination of humectants as well as oils. And then the moisturizer that I chose to bring is this little travel size that I have of the Alpyn Beauty Melt Moisturizer. And this is a really lovely cream that I can use for the day or the nighttime. It's got bakuchiol in it, ceramides, it's got squalane, as well as shea butter. I do have the large full size. So what I do is I just transfer the moisturizer from the full size into the mini because I have had this mini for a very long time. I don't know, maybe going on 2 or 3 years. So I have emptied this out several times because this is just my standard travel moisturizer, like I said, that I've used many, many times. So I've had to refill this several times. So anyway, I really like using this for day and nighttime. And for me, this texture is just really perfect. I love how smooth and creamy it is. It's very emollient. It's also thick, but not too thick. I've talked about kind of that Goldilocks in between texture that I really love because I don't want something being too thick or too occlusive for the daytime. And I also don't want it being too thin where I feel like it's kind of riding that matte sort of texture where it just soaks right into the skin and then I can't feel it at all. I do like feeling a moisturizer, not where it's sitting on top of the skin. Like I said, I don't want it to feel occlusive, but I do want to feel a little bit of that emollience because my skin does lean a little bit on the dry side, and especially being in that desert climate, I do want that emollience. So anyway, This texture is just beautiful. I absolutely love it. I use it on an almost near daily basis when I'm at home. So for me, when I'm traveling, it's really a no-brainer that having this little travel size and, like I said, refilling it whenever I need to go away from home is just, like I said, it's a no-brainer for me. I love traveling with it and I really don't like to be without it. The scent is reminiscent of blackberries to me, not overly sweet, not super jammy, just a very natural kind of berry type of scent that dissipates very quickly. So it's not offensive, it's very light, it's very mild. So anyway, enough talk about the Alpyn Beauty Melt Moisturizer. Like I said, for me, it's the perfect day cream. And then to finish off, of course, I wanted to use sunscreen being in the desert. And I actually brought a product that is new to me. This is the Fré Glow Me. And I don't know if I'm saying this correctly. It's F-R-E with the accent over the E. So I think it's pronounced Fré. So they sent me this product before I left for my trip. So I felt like this was the perfect time to give it a try. A little risky taking a new sunscreen product to the desert, but I thought I would give it a go because I actually had used this maybe, I would say 4 or 5 times before my trip and I had had a good result. So I felt pretty comfortable bringing this with me on the trip. And I have to say, I really, really love this product. So just to tell you a little bit about this product, like I said, it's got SPF 30. I got the color light medium. They also have a medium dark. It does have non-nano zinc and it is water resistant, I believe up to 40 minutes. So if you've been sweating a lot or you go into the water, of course you want to reapply. It also has what they call the Argania Active Complex. So that is argan oil with the stem cells as well as the leaf water of the argan tree. Now, I really love that this has argan oil in here. I kind of feel like argan oil has sort of slipped off the radar a little bit, but I love argan oil, so happy to see that argan oil is in here. And then I also want to mention the price point. The price point is $39 for this bottle, which I think is really, really reasonable. And then Fré has also been super generous and they have given me a 25% off discount code, which is TrishV25. So I will link that down below as well. So this product is really, really reasonably priced for such quality ingredients. Now let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. So that is a very generous application, obviously not blended in. And here I've blended it more so you can get an idea of the color. And as for the scent, it has a very light citrusy scent that does dissipate after, I would say, maybe about 10-15 minutes. It does not bother me at all. In fact, I kind of enjoy the scent. And as far as the finish goes on the skin, I would say it is natural to slightly dewy. It is not quite as dewy as the Josh Rosebrook Nutrient Day Cream. So for those of you who have found that one to be a little bit too dewy for your liking, this one is a little bit less dewy than the Josh Rosebrook one. So like I said, if you found that one to be a little bit too dewy, you might like this one a little bit better. Also, it is a little bit less expensive as well. I am super impressed with the Fré Glow Me. I also want to mention that they have recently come out with 50 SPF as well. I have not used this one as much. I've only gotten to use this one a couple of times, but so far so good. I love this one just as much as the 30 SPF. And I also want to mention real quickly that I am trying the Fré Renew Me Serum, which has bakuchiol in it, and I'm also really liking this as well. So overall, I've been really impressed with Fré. And I also want to say real quickly that I am planning to do a roundup of my favorite tinted moisturizers that have SPF in it, so stay tuned for that as well. Now moving into what I used for the nighttime, of course I tweaked a couple of things. I did not use the InnBeauty Green Machine at the nighttime. I actually really like to use any serum with vitamin C in the daytime because vitamin C actually helps potentiate the efficacy of your SPF. And then at nighttime, of course, that's when I like to use my retinols. So the retinol serum that I chose to bring on the trip is no big surprise. I brought the Bloomeffects Black Tulip Overnight Retinoid Serum. Now, if you missed my retinoid roundup video, I spoke about this serum in that video, and this has HPR in it, and that is hydroxypinocolone retinoate, and that's the retinoid that I really love a lot. I brought this one with me on my trip. As I mentioned, it's got HPR in it. It's also got bakuchiol in it. It's got lactic acid in it. So really lovely combination of the retinoid as well as the AHA. So by bringing this, it's a 2-for-1. This also has the Bloomeffects proprietary Black Tulip Complex. So I am almost out of this bottle, but you can see the lovely purple color of this serum. So what I'm having to do is turn this bottle upside down and pour it out into the palm of my hand to get the remaining product out. So I'm not going to show you what it looks like because I don't want to waste any bit of this product because I love it so much. But if you do want to get an idea of what this product looks like, definitely go check out that video that I was just mentioning. But similarly to the InnBeauty Green Machine, this product as well has oils in it as well as the humectants. So this does a beautiful job of not only hydrating, but also moisturizing, as well as giving you the beautiful benefits of the HPR. And then on top of the Bloomeffects Retinoid Serum, I use the Cipher Night Shift Serum. Now, this is a product that I got in a Boxwalla Beauty box maybe a year ago, and I tend to use this at home when my skin is feeling really dry and I want some extra nourishment. I will use this probably, I would say maybe once a week, maybe every other week. So that's why this has lasted me quite a while, and it smells as fresh as the day that I opened it. So really impressed that this has lasted me quite a while. And I don't think I've actually talked about this product on my channel yet. Maybe I did when I first received this box, but anyway, it is time to give this product some love because I think this might actually be the secret weapon as to why my skin stayed so hydrated and so moisturized while I was in the desert. So I'm actually going to read off of the Boxwalla website regarding this product because it is a little complicated in terms of the ingredients. They use ingredients that I'm not super familiar with. So the Cipher brand is all about holistic care of your skin. And this product in particular does have ingredients for pigmentation correction. I'm gonna put on my glasses here so I can read it a little bit better. And this does have a derivative of azelaic acid called potassium azolol diglycinate, as well as niacinamide. And this functional combination decreases hyperpigmentation without causing sensitivity. It also has glaberidin. I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, and that comes from licorice root. It also has alpha arbutin, which is going to brighten the look of pigmentation, and it's also going to give you a vibrant, healthful, even tone. And then of course, there's going to be ingredients for skin barrier fortification. So there's prebiotic chlorella microalgae, which is going to encourage healing and a balanced, thriving microflora. There is madagasoside and our collagen boosting tripeptide, which is going to soften and plump the appearance of fine lines. And then there's also acai berry and hemp seed, which is going to nourish and soothe and ensure optimal moisture retention with a soft emollient finish. So that was quite a mouthful, and I've always found it to be a little overwhelming, all of the ingredients in here and everything that it purports to do. But all I can say is that this is a gorgeous product. I love the feeling on the skin. It also has the most incredible scent. It is very mild, but it's really, really interesting. It kind of has this almost a slightly floral yet cinnamony kind of scent. It's really unique, really interesting, unlike anything I've ever smelled before. But I really, really love it. It's really beautiful, and I love applying this onto my skin. Whenever I put it on my skin, I'm always like, oh yeah, I really, really love the scent of this product. So what's actually kind of nice is I'm always going to associate this with being in Palm Springs and having such an amazing time with my husband there and at the tennis tournament, and it was just such an amazing trip. So anyway, I've got a lovely scent association with this product now. So what I would do in the nighttime then to finish everything off is I would just apply some of the Alpyn Beauty Melt Moisturizer on top, and then I was done for the night. So that's what I did for the skin on my face, and I feel like my skin did a great job. As I mentioned, I never felt like my skin was dry or tight or felt parched in any way. If anything, I felt like my skin did just as well in the desert as it does here in the more humid climate of the Pacific Northwest. I also want to mention that my lips did a really good job in the desert. Now, my lips do tend to get dry and feel uncomfortable when I'm in a drier climate, and I brought the Eadem lip balm, which you guys know I am absolutely in love with. And what typically happens when I'm on vacation with my husband is he always forgets to bring his lip balm. I now have him addicted to using a lip balm in the nighttime like I do, and he has his own lip balm on his nightstand, but he always forgets to bring it when we're on vacation. So every time before we go to bed, he always says, "Do you have lip balm?" So he had never used this before, and when I handed it to him and he used it, he was like, "That stuff is magical." That is literally the word he used to describe this, was magical. So that is a big endorsement for my husband on the Eadem lip balm. It's the clear butter mochi one that I use at nighttime. So once again, a big rave for the Eadem lip balm. And then I also want to say just real quickly as a preview of another video that I will be doing very, very soon, is I also brought the Versed tinted lip serum, but their tinted lip serum is very, very pale. And because Versed has come out with this makeup line, they sent me a few of their products, and this was one of them. And I did bring this on the trip with me, and I found myself reaching for this a lot. And it is a really lovely product. It is very balmy, feels very moisturizing on the lips. I carried this with me while I was out and about at the tournament, and I feel like this helped keep my lips very moisturized. So as I mentioned, I will be doing a full video review of the Versed makeup line. So far, I've really been enjoying it. I do have one of their blushes on my cheeks today, and I have placed an order for a few more of their products so I can do a full face of their makeup. And what's really interesting, and I didn't realize this until I watched a video by Amanda Z, that Versed was actually started by the same woman who started Merit. So I find that to be pretty interesting. So anyway, I will be doing a review of Versed makeup very, very soon. So I hope you all enjoyed me sharing what I brought to the desert with me. These products really did save my skin from getting dry. They really helped moisturize my skin. They hydrated my skin, and I'm so happy with what I chose to bring with me on my trip. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. If you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would do so, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.